Self-talk, self-thought. Think about that just for a little minute, what that really means. Self-talk, self-thought. Hi, Cheryl here again. Now, today, I just want to touch on something that is absolutely one of the most powerful things that you can do if you're looking for a place to start some personal growth, or to get over some bad habits, or to get beyond limiting beliefs, right? This is something that you can do that's free, it's positive, it's private, no one knows what you're doing, no one can hear you, no one can see you, and it's free. Free. Now, here's what it is. Self-talk, self-thought. The first time I was ever, when I was introduced to those four words, right, self-talk, self-thought, was when I read God Lover, Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. Now, I know a lot of people go, oh my God, I've read that too. I love it. It's fantastic. Changed my life. She changed millions and millions of people's lives with that book. Now, that when she spoke about self-talk and self-thought, it really brings it down to, you stop getting confused about all the stuff going on out there in your life, which you're sort of drawn into, and next thing you're participating in it and investing thoughts and emotions into it. Now, self-talk and self-thought is really the very basics of what makes you you, right? Your self-talk is how you speak to yourself in your head, like, "Oh, you dummy," or "Why did you do that?" or "You're good, you're great," or, I mean, there's positive and negative, right? It's a really pretty wide, broad scale that goes on here. You can have positive days and you can have negative days. It doesn't make you any less got it together or any less along in your journey. But the power of these two together are nearly unfathomable at, one, how destructive they can be, two, how absolutely positively uplifting and life-changing that they can be. So self-talk, self-thought is actually just what's going on in your head, what you think to yourself and what you say to yourself. Now, this all starts from the instant you wake up in the morning, and what I would do is I would challenge you to do one thing every morning, is to not so much promise yourself, because that's a bit too, it sounds really restrictive, is you're going to commit to changing this one thing. You're going to stop saying should, and you're going to replace it with could. Now, an example for this, the power of this, and how this will show you the power that you have to change things, or to change your perception of what you think you have power over or don't have power over. I think when I first heard it, it was said to me in a way like imagine you've got to go wash your car, or mow the lawn, or some job that you're not so keen on doing. You could be saying to yourself, well, I should be washing the car, or I should be doing the vacuuming, or I should be going to the shops, or I should be insert whatever you're telling yourself in there. I should. Now, immediately you don't feel like you have a choice. It's like, you should do this. Well, it's a bit limiting and it's really hard. And now you haven't said a thing out of your mouth. Nothing's come out. These are just thoughts in your head. So now change that same sentence, or whatever yours is, to I could go and mow the lawn, or I could do the vacuuming, or I could, and insert your story in here. Now, what that does is immediately gives you a choice. I could go and do it, or I could go and do this first. It's a very powerful word. I can't stress enough how powerful switching those words around are when it comes to your self-talk, self-thought. Anyway, for this wonderful Monday, That's all I would ask. That's your challenge, is just to change that one word. And this is the introduction to your self-talk and your self-thought. Because all you need to do is have a little win, don't you? It's just to have that one little feeling where you're like, oh, I got a different response from myself, or I don't feel so put upon. I don't feel so powerless. So try that. Try to think, during your day, what am I thinking right now? If you're feeling really crap, you suddenly feel really down, what are you thinking? What are you saying to yourself at that time? What words are you saying? What story are you telling yourself? Is it positive or is it negative? Now, with only one thinker in your mind, one person, one making the decisions for you, then isn't it high time you just start catching these thoughts when they're not productive and they're not positive and they're not uplifting, they're horrible. They're horrible. This is called bullying. We bully ourselves. Pick me. I used to do it all the time to myself. Bully, 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 bully. And it was really, really horrible. I didn't like it. I didn't know any different, but I didn't like it. And the one way I started to change, hello, Jacqueline, I miss you so bad. Thanks for joining. I'm just talking about the word could in place of should, because the one place that you make any change in your life, we want to make big changes. We want to change things. They're huge. I want to travel the world, move house, buy a new car, have a new boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. But we look at this big picture, like I spoke about the other day. Sometimes when things aren't going right, whatever picture you are looking at is the wrong one. Sometimes we're looking at the little picture and we just can't make bloody sense of things, right? You're like, oh, I can't work this out. What's going on? You flip it and start looking at the big picture. Or in the situation, if you're looking at the big picture and things aren't working, simplify it. Go back to the little picture. And it's like a meal or steps. Do you know what I mean? You can't just jump to the top of the stairs. It's about getting there incrementally, and it's about understanding our own mind. So the only way you're ever going to change anything in your life is through your self-talk and your self-thought. Are you your best friend or are you a bully? Are you like I used to be? I spent all my time in my head, and like I said, I didn't know I was doing this. I was habitual. I'd done it for so long. I just didn't question it, but it was relentless, and I was so cruel and horrible to myself, thinking, I guess, that I was driving myself. Being good, you got to do this, you got to do that. Come on, try harder, try harder, try harder. Improve, improve, improve. And all I was doing was bullying myself and sabotaging myself. Now, I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know I was doing it. When I did find out what I was doing, it was just crushing to realise I'd been doing that to myself and, in effect, to the child inside of me. So going back to what I was saying, self-talk, self-thought is the springboard to everything that you want to change. Because people like, let's say, Richard Branson or Oprah or any of these people that are, current, running around, living great lives, I can bet you, pounds to pence, they don't speak negatively to themselves. They might for a little moment. We're all human, and we have perception to take into account and emotions and interactions with people too. You can't guarantee your day will be just happy. Oh, I will order nice people for my day. No, what you do is you decide in the morning before you get up, you order a nice person for yourself. You order yourself in, like, not order, you should. I mean, order like ordering from a shop. Is you simply just be kind. Please just be kind. That's all it takes. Changing that one word, should, and replace it with could. It's the first kind thing I think I did for myself. The second kind thing after reading Louise Hay was I started saying, I love and approve of myself exactly how I am. I was so ingrained in bullying and not liking myself and not knowing it It took about four months, I think, maybe give or take. I can't remember now. It's a long time ago. It took that long before I would even say it out loud. I had trouble saying it in my head because I would say it and go, no, I don't. How could I? I'm such a horrible person. This is really soul-destroying when we do these things to ourselves. So to think that I got to 4 months, I remember standing in the bathroom, looking in the mirror. I was very young, years ago now. And I said it out loud. I'm still shocked at the response because I just started to cry. I cried. I swear the tears just like flew out. They just missed my cheeks and came straight out. So obviously the want for my soul or my higher self to reach my meat suit, my me, and stop being so bloody cruel, the relief was these tears that just... And from that point on, I didn't necessarily believe it straight away, but I knew I had to keep saying it. Any habit was formed through repetition. End of story. Good habit, bad habit, medium habit, habit for a rich person, habit for a poor person, girl, boy, old, young, same thing. Everything comes from habit. You just have to keep doing it. So over time, I could say it and actually believe it. So this is the power of self-talk, self-thought. And the only person at the helm of that ship, pushing that ship along, which is your life, like a metaphor for your life, is you. You don't need permission from anybody to do anything. Your place on earth here is only reliant on you finding joy, creating the world that you want to live in through, your thoughts, and just being kind and compassionate along the way. That's it. You're never here to put up with shit, to create shit as well. We do that as well. We don't want to, and we all try to learn our way out of that. But we're not here for the negative. And in fact, our journey is to let go and allow ourselves the calm, comfortable, beautiful, loving life that we were designed to have. People go, oh, it's not that easy. Oh, it's hard. Oh, it's that. Yeah, it is hard giving up the negative because it's the same as any addiction. We get addicted to hearing the negative stuff. We get so used to hearing. It's the same as a woman who'll stay in a relationship where she's beaten. It sounds bad, but it's like an addiction to something that goes on in our brain. I mean, not being hit or something like that, but we have addictions to things that aren't healthy, and they're not necessarily of the consumption type, like eat, smoke, or drink, or drugs, or I don't know, anything oral, or shopping, or whatever. We do it in our head. We do it with our comfort zone is made up of all of those, most of those horrible little things, addictions. They all sit around like little couch pillows and bean bags. And sometimes when we're having a bad day, we're just in there on that bean bag, having a little pity party. I've had so many pity parties that towards the end of them, I was so bored hearing the same bullshit in my head, and I'd actually get bored hearing it. I could nearly fall asleep through my own, things aren't good. Oh my God, why me? Fact was, it was just I was addicted to certain things, and once I could see the pattern, then I could start to do something about it. And look, from me to you, anybody watching this video, it will always start with your self-talk and your self-thought. And remember, it is easy to change. It's private. No one sees it. No one hears it. No one knows it. You can do it in bed, in the car, at the coffee shop, having a swim, having a shower, whatever. So not only is it private, you can do it in your own time, but it's free. It's free. And a lot of this is what makes people not want to do it, because they think, how can it be so powerful if I don't, if I don't have to pay money or put myself out there and publicly, I don't know, like embarrass myself or whatever. So anyway, that's all I'm on about today is self-talk, self-thought. Being kind is not hard. It's just a new habit to form. And once we do, then our vibration starts to rise, right? Our human vibration. then you start to bring to you, because like attracts like. It's a scientific fact. End of story. It's not about your personality, how much money you've got, who your parents were, what job you have, how tall are you, how pretty are you. None of that. None of that. Your vibration comes from you, from your thoughts about yourself, which are then thoughts about others, and that becomes your vibration. So as we change, just little things at a time, the vibration inches up, inches up, inches up. And with every change, universe, or just the law of attraction, brings more of the good things. So every minute you're doing it, every minute, every step brings that higher vibration, brings the new experiences to you that are mirroring what you're thinking and what you are saying in your mind. So once you start, you get a little addicted to it because you realize you actually have ultimate power in your life to change everything. Given media doesn't want to let us know that, they want us to stay, like a drone. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Please be kind. Please take some time to spend just a moment in your thoughts, just even hearing them. Just hear them. Because most times they just go on. We don't. It's just white noise. It's in the back of our head. They've been there for so long that sometimes we don't even need to hear the entire sentence. We're just so used to feeling like crap, or put down, or victimized, or whatever, or brutalized in our own thoughts, that we just stop even hearing. We just keep plodding along. Oh. You can change that. And it's your right to do it. Anyway, that's it for me today. I hope everybody has a really super duper fantastic week ahead. I don't know if anyone's here in Queensland. It's so hot right now. It's ridiculous. So I'm just hoping as the week comes, we're going to get a little bit more maybe cool weather. That would be nice. And then I won't have a perspiration mustache all the time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have an awesome week. Kick butt, and I'll be back again on Wednesday. Bye now.